Hello and welcome to Radhaa Publishing House. I'm Radhaa Nilia, and I'm so thrilled to be here today with our Radiant Sutra Sensual Poetry Facilitators, the incredibly talented Gila Nehemia and Selma Harwell. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much. We're so glad to be here. So glad to be here with you, Radha and Selma. I'm Gila Nehemia, and just this is really coming from my heart. I'm feeling this opening. So I've been writing for many years, co-authored many books, wrote a poetry book, Surreal Love, and my whole journey has been about opening up into a space where we can really express ourselves and our power through our words. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more of that. And I don't want to take up too much time. So I want Selma to say a few words about herself, and we are going to then get into a discussion. Selma?
Yes. Hi, everyone. So happy to be here. And so I'm Selma Harwell, and I am a mother first, and art and spirit are all encompassed in every part of my life. And right now, that expression is through the words that have been a part of my healing journey for most of my life. And I accept and enjoy that that is what I'm here to do on the planet. And I'll always be healing because we come from those places of, life is life. Life comes to us, and we get to be either surprised or react or resist or love it or create more joy out of all of that happening. We're going to be doing so many explorations with our words that express that feminine, raw, authentic power that is within us. And it's the times of the planet right now to move into more femininity. So that's what we're exploring through sensual poetry, that kind of an experience. And we'll be your leaders in that. And Radha,
Yeah.
I was invite you to, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to invite Radha to share what you were talking about, how your art, how you relate to your art through this as well.
Absolutely. You can see, I think we all feel it in our hearts, and we can see it with our eyes, and we know with our souls that there are big changes in the world. These changes are in different parts of the world. All three of us are in different parts of the world. And earlier we were talking about how these shifts affect each one of us in our own way. And so I was saying earlier that I'm so grateful for poetry, for writing, for art, for community, because during these challenging times of change and our own evolution, we can feel displaced. We can feel a little lost. And I know for me, having a center in the work, in the art, in the poetry, in the community, in the books, it brings me back home, even if I don't know where home is sometimes. And it is a center that kind of keeps everything together. And I just want to reiterate that there is so much power in our art and in our expression and in our words and in our poetry and in our togetherness and in our evolution that we are creating in this particular 4-month program, that this is a center that we get to come to again and again and anchor in our heart, our thoughts, our wisdom, our hurt, like processing through our writing, going deeper and deeper, and keeping in our bodies, keeping awake in our lives. It's easy to kind of shut down And I just think that this is so important and so special and so sacred. And you women, I both honor and respect. You're so talented, so loving, so passionate, and so devoted. And this is a place of devotion. And so this is an invitation for you, the listener, to join us, to find a home, to anchor in, and to do something beautiful, create something beautiful and productive while everything else is happening.
Thank you so much. That was a great invitation. And I was thinking, you know, as I was listening to all that power that was exuding from your words, you know, how do we do this? How do we actually create works of art? How do we get deeper into our power? And I feel like as a group, as a movement, as we're creating this new conscious template for this earth, you know, we're having to tap into recesses of our being that have never been touched before. And this is something that, you know, when we're traveling, right, we're seeing a new place and it like opens our eyes, our minds, our consciousness, our hearts. And it's like, we've never seen this place before. We're like, whoa, in awe. And I feel like throughout this course, we're going to touch different portions of ourselves that may have just been grazed. And we are going to have the opportunity, as you said, to go deeper, both within ourselves and as a community. And this is what I feel is like something that is going beyond what has ever been done before. Because when we move as a community, we create ripples and we create a new way of thinking that can open us up into a place of togetherness, you know, even working in through that stillness. You know, the words aren't coming out because they are still being formed. So I feel that this is like a raw, you know, almost like we said, right? We started with the art. It's like a raw canvas. It's a blank canvas. But inside that blank canvas, everything's already written and we're here to uncover it.
Great. And we're going to be uncovering it by asking the questions for you to have you go there. Where are those places? How are you going to stretch yourself that you had not even thought of before because you weren't touched yet? And so I will be taking us into meditations to have us be connected in such a way that the artistic theme continues. When you think of Michelangelo, that when he was asked how could he do something so beautiful, for him, David already existed, and all he was taking away was what was not David. Yeah, and then that left David there. So with the questions that we've developed to help you and the prompts of what you'll be uncovering and in yourself and discovering, you're left with a part of you that is that authentic power that is already there. But life, we cover it up in however ways we do. So how will you be stretching yourself? And then in the stretching of yourself, we get to expand to that place we haven't been. Like you said, it hasn't been done before. See yourself newly, and you're now looking at the world differently out of what you've uncovered in your words.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I want to speak to you as, you know, in your gift of nurturing and nourishing, and the way that you are going to start us all off, you know, in this journey. And perhaps you even want to share or even lead us into something now.
Sure, I'd be happy to. I'll keep it light. It'll be a light invitation. So, because I do welcome people that have not experienced even a meditation. I don't even want to call that this. This is we'll call it a centering today, because we will be centrally into your heart and getting to that place through the breath. So let's start with the breath. It's the most life. We can't live without it for sure. And so getting even familiar with our breath in a different way is part of your transformation. So let's just be silent and listen to your heart and pay attention to your breath. And I'll be right here in just a few seconds. Normal breathing. So in that few seconds, there's a calming with the breath. The breath may have lengthened on its own. There's a paying attention to the heart that maybe you weren't going to at this point in your day. That is just the very beginnings. And already be open to now take an intentional breath and direct it directly to your heart that you've already prepared. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, and we're going around and back into the heart with that same exhale. Then inhale into the heart and exhale into the heart, and feel it just expand directly out of your heart, outwards, outwards. Give it a color. Let's give it a golden light. And expanding in every direction around us like a bubble of golden light. We can just sit in. Get to it. I guess that's enough for right now. And even that, it becomes one of those interruptions in life that we then have some grace with it, have some ease with it. And then that's already expanding us to our authentic, raw, feminine that is accepting in a very natural way and neutral.
Thank you so much, Selma.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I would just like everyone who's listening today to just take a few minutes after that beautiful meditation, and you can pause this at any time, is to just write, what does that mean to you to be in your raw, authentic power? You take a few minutes to reflect on that and write in your journal at your own time. I think you'd be astounded what comes through. Just write with your pen if necessary. The best way to write on the paper when you're in a relaxed state like we are at this point, and just let it flow.
We get to surprise ourselves every time.
Mm. I'm so happy that we had this time together to share with each other, to share with our listeners, and to invite each of you to join us in the Radiant Sutras Sensual Poetry Course that's starting on October 26th.
Thank you, Gila. Thank you, Selma. This is such a nice little drop-in. It just allows us to get centered back into our being and remember what's important to us, what's important to all of you listeners. If it would be of value to you to find a place to land twice a month and in a sacred group with these two amazing women and your other peers, and sharing in ways you may have never shared before. I feel really excited. I feel really grateful about this opportunity for us to come together for a higher purpose, for our own hearts, for our own souls. And I know beautiful things come when we show up consistently in a sacred space and with a level of love and devotion that's available here. So thank you, ladies, for being part of this, for being the co-facilitators, the leaders, and thank you all for joining us. We will have the information below. And is there anything else you'd like to share, Selma?
Yes, it just occurred to me to really, thank you for being here with us and being willing to, explore that part of you, even in just the few minutes that we had, that something came up for you. What was that? Even if it was a thought, even if it wasn't written down. And out of this container, holding the space for your nurturing and healing that can happen in these moments with us, that you answer the call and come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Selma. Thank you, Gila. Sending you all so much love, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our group. So reach out if you have any questions. We're here for you. Bye for now.